So open source is suddenly not just a concept anymore. It's releasing models that are performing right alongside the giants.
And that's where the real trouble starts. When 2.8 trillion parameters become available to everyone, the closed ecosystem suddenly looks a lot less exclusive.
Welcome back, I'm Bella.
And I'm Michael. This show's scripted and produced with AI, built by Taha Baba, pulling today's stories straight from blog.tahababa.com.
If you want these landing in your feed most days, go ahead and subscribe. Let's get into it. Moonshot AI just dropped Kimi K3, an open weights model with nearly 3 trillion parameters. It sounds like the open source movement is really accelerating rapidly.
It certainly is. The key takeaway here isn't just the parameter count, but the context window of 1 million tokens, which is a significant leap for accessible enterprise use.
And the benchmarks suggest it's actually performing on par with those closed frontier models, especially in coding tasks. That really changes the landscape for developers.
Exactly. The real shift is the democratization of access. Businesses can now explore alternatives without being locked into proprietary ecosystems.
So, for organizations, the big question becomes how they can leverage this flexibility for both innovation and cost efficiency.
That's the million-dollar question. Moving to open weights models means prioritizing custom fine-tuning for specific operational needs, rather than relying solely on generalized APIs.
So, Google is moving beyond just providing links and actually trying to perform actions across services like in Instacart or Canva directly within search. That sounds like a massive shift in how we interact with the internet.
It's less about finding information and more about executing tasks. They are trying to transition search from a directory into an actual agent, which is a very ambitious move for a company built on indexing.
And linking services together is key, isn't it? It really puts them in direct competition with those agentic AI platforms that are already focusing on task completion rather than just retrieval.
Exactly. It's a strategic attempt to integrate the ecosystem deeply. For developers and marketers, the real opportunity here is figuring out how to structure those service integrations seamlessly for the end user.
It makes you wonder how businesses are going to adapt their digital strategies to capitalize on this shift toward these task-completing assistants. It's going to change workflow entirely. So, Roblox just dropped Build, an AI tool that generates entire playable 3D games just from a text prompt. That sounds like a massive shift in how we think about content creation.
It certainly is, Bella. It takes the highly technical process of game design and democratizes it, essentially turning imagination into executable code through prompts. It's less about coding and more about directorial vision.
The fact that it handles environments, characters, gameplay, and sound all at once is incredible. It really bridges that gap between the idea you have and the finished product.
Exactly. The real impact here isn't just the technology, it's the accessibility. Suddenly, creators who don't have deep programming skills can realize complex interactive worlds.
And that leads to the big question. What kind of opportunities does this open up for non-technical creators across the industry?
It opens up a whole new layer of possibilities for pure creativity. It shifts the focus from mastering the mechanics of building to mastering the art of prompting and refining the vision.
Wow, a $230 macro pad for managing AI agent sounds like a fascinating pivot away from pure text prompting.
It certainly is. It signals a shift from purely cognitive interaction to a physical interface for complex workflows, which is a significant hardware-software integration.
I'm curious about the physical aspect, using keys and dials to control debugging and code reviews. How does that tactile element actually change the developer experience?
It moves the management of these agents from abstract commands into concrete actions, giving developers a direct, physical control over the operational layers.
And that brings up the security side, locking down agent-to-agent communication. Does that hardware integration introduce new security vulnerabilities or benefits?
It creates a tension, certainly. You have the benefit of granular control, but you also introduce a new physical layer that needs robust, integrated encryption.
So, ultimately, are we heading towards a future where physical interfaces are the primary way we command complex AI systems?
Perhaps not the primary way, but they will certainly become a powerful layer for advanced team coordination, blending human intuition with machine logic.
So, Sakana AI decided to take a really bold move by integrating Nvidia's Nemotron into its Fugu orchestration pool. That sounds like a massive shift in how they're handling complex AI tasks.
It's a fascinating approach. They are essentially leveraging swarm intelligence, where multiple specialized models collaborate instead of relying on a single frontier model. It changes the definition of what frontier means.
Exactly. The idea that collective intelligence can rival a single powerful model is compelling, especially for enterprises looking for scalable solutions. How does that collaboration actually translate into better problem solving?
It shifts the focus from maximizing the capability of one giant model to optimizing the efficiency of a coordinated system. For businesses, that means potentially more robust and flexible AI systems overall.
I wonder how this swarm intelligence might fundamentally transform how organizations approach AI-driven problem solving in the future. It moves AI from a monolithic tool to a dynamic team. I just read about Bonsai 27 billion, and the fact that a full open reasoning model can fit on an iPhone is genuinely mind-blowing.
It certainly shatters the expectation that sophisticated reasoning needs massive cloud infrastructure. The real game changer here is moving that processing entirely onto the device.
So this means we can have incredibly fast, privacy-focused AI solutions right on our phones, without waiting for a server response.
Precisely. It addresses the latency problem while offering a significant boost to data security by keeping the computations local.
That opens up so many new possibilities for developers and businesses looking to enhance user experiences with truly private AI.
It forces organizations to rethink how they approach on-device AI to capitalize on that efficiency and protect sensitive user data.
So we're hearing that Apple is reportedly looking into chip startups, specifically to deal with M2O Ultra limitations and their reliance on Google Cloud for Siri.
It sounds like a classic case of vertical integration, trying to gain more control over their AI infrastructure rather than relying on external cloud services.
That makes sense. It really emphasizes their commitment to owning the entire stack of their AI capabilities, doesn't it?
Exactly. This move isn't just about performance. It's about reshaping the competitive landscape for AI-driven devices by pushing the trend toward custom silicon.
So, XAI has rolled out Grok automations, which sounds like they are trying to tackle the tedious side of research.
Exactly. It's all about automating those repetitive background tasks so professionals can focus on the strategic part of data analysis.
It really shifts the focus from simply gathering information to actually using that time more creatively.
It puts efficiency squarely in the spotlight. If you can automate the groundwork, it certainly becomes a competitive advantage in the AI landscape.
I wonder how large teams will actually implement this kind of workflow streamlining.
That's the real challenge. The tool is powerful, but figuring out how to leverage it effectively across different teams is the next big hurdle.
All right, let's jump into our final rapid-fire round for today.
Let's go.
Notebook LM is now Gemini Notebook.
Apple Intelligence is approved in China with Alibaba's AI model.
Arena AI penalizes hallucinating AI models.
AI can automate store setup and product sourcing for e-commerce.
AI-powered workflow automation is available for businesses.
Grammarly's AI feature mistakenly attributed feedback to writers.
Charity Finance Summit 2026 is scheduled for October 15th.
AI leaders support rules that could burden startups.
29 countries establish new AI cooperation body.
Meta's AI detects and alerts parents about teens' emotional distress.
Perplexity launched Space Sandbox, platform to isolate long-running AI agents.
DoorDash launched a terminal tool, allowing AI agents to buy food directly.
Raft 1 introduced team mode for AI agents.
Atlassian updated Jira to route developer tasks directly to cloud coding agents.
Claude can now use one-password credentials for authentication.
Mayo Clinic deployed Scale AI to flag hidden patient safety risks in medical records.
Elon Musk announced that X's codebase will be made open source.
Beijing positioned open-weight models as global public goods to challenge Washington.
CISA urges immediate patching and investigation of on-premises SharePoint servers after 3 vulnerabilities were actively exploited.
Baidu will power AI search and Siri enhancements for Apple Intelligence in China, using Alibaba's Qwen LLM.
Palo Alto Networks announced the general availability of Prisma AIRS AI Gateway for enterprise AI usage control.
Grok's CLI was found uploading entire Git repositories, including sensitive files, to XAI-managed cloud storage without user consent.
The EU ordered Google to open Android to rival AI assistants and share anonymized search data with competitors.
DeepMind launched bioresilience tools for surveillance, vaccines, and outbreaks.
XAI open-sourced Grok build after it exposed sensitive files.
Thinking Machines released Inkling, a 975 billion parameter open weights model customizable through Tinker. That's today's show, scripted and produced with AI by Tahababa.
You can read the full write-up anytime at blog.tahababa.com. And if you want these landing in your feed most days, hit subscribe.
See you next time.